I'm asking out this girl and she's like, "Oh, sorry, no, I'm not interested." And of course I'm like, "Oh, no problem, no problem." But for a long time I had already rejected myself. I'm thinking, why am I not having any success on dating apps or with my crushes? But maybe it wasn't my face that needed to be fixed. I'm being dragged into a bush by a girl and we end up kissing. As a child, I was the cutest and one of the most popular kids ever. At around 6 years old, I had already had 7 girlfriends and already had my first kiss. So I thought I was the most handsome boy ever. However, as I keep on growing up, my classmates end up becoming taller, bigger, and more mature than me. And I'm still in the soprano group singing with the girls. I was the shortest kid in the class, probably in the whole school at my age, and I was getting a little bit envious of my best friends and their looks, or maybe just that they had gotten all the girls. Everyone is getting their first girlfriends, but I'm just trying to get my first chance at talking to a girl properly. Maybe I just have to wait till I'm a grown-up and proper adult. Then I will finally have my first girlfriend. I'm asking out this girl that I've had a crush on for a long time since school is almost over, and she's like, "No, I'm sorry, I don't really see you that way." But at that point, I had already confirmed to myself that I will be alone for a long, long time. I'm just going to finish school and I'm going to be alone and I'm never going to have to talk to girls and never be rejected ever again. I'm just deleting all my social medias and all of my friends so that I don't have to be rejected again, so that I can finally just be alone. After a few years, I'm basically only indoors like a vampire. Only going out occasionally to go to the gym, where I see a cute girl there almost every time, thinking that I'm incapable of ever talking to her. One day I even was so lonely, I I'm almost shaking, but I muster up the courage to try to talk to one of these very nice girls, and she also tells me, I was kind of weird about it because I said, why don't we gym one day? Let's gym together. But of course, she's like, I'm not here so often, but yeah, I will see you. And I said, yes, have a good day. And then she says, have a good day. And then she leaves. A while after that, I eventually start consuming black pill content where looks are deemed the most important thing in life, or one of the most important things, and that if you struggle with that, you will have a very hard time having social relationships. After weeks of consuming this, I am obsessed. I am drinking milk to try to grow taller. I am trying to mew so that maybe if I have a sharper jaw, I will look more beautiful. I'm using special skincare because my skin isn't perfect. Constantly taking pictures and checking for a better angle. Maybe a better angle, a different perspective, because maybe I look more beautiful than I think. It's just the angle. My mother keeps telling me I'm handsome. Is she still seeing the young kid, the young handsome kid I used to be? Eventually, I wanted confirmation. Maybe it's just in my head. Maybe I'm not that ugly after all. There is this YouTuber who rates faces, and so I'm just paying him, and maybe it's just all in my head. So I just go on with my day and then don't think. Actually, I'm thinking all about it. A few days later, I'm on the toilet, and as I get this email, I glance over. Part of me thinks, like 1% of me thinks, maybe I'm just. Now it's going to be like a 7 out of 10, easy. Or a 6 out of 10, I would have been probably satisfied. I click on the email, I glance over at the big text, and I see 4 out of 10. It feels like all my blood is leaving my brain, like I'm getting blur vision. I'm going to be alone for a long, long time. I'm just looking at the positives and the negatives. I don't have my upper cheekbones aren't high enough. I don't have a good eye area. My jawline isn't perfect. I'm going to need surgery to fix this. So maybe I'm just doomed. I don't want to have surgery. But with surgery, he told me I could reach a point of 6 out of 10. But it didn't matter because I was right. I knew it. I was ugly this whole time. I'm so right. I'm never going to have a girlfriend. I'm, I'm never going to have a girlfriend. I'm always going to be rejected. I will never experience that young love. It will be at least 10, 20, 30, maybe never until I live, until I get a girlfriend. Will I just be a virgin forever? I am scrolling on this dating app and I find this really pretty girl and we hit it off. After a few days, I really think that she's the one. We just talk all day and I'm like, deep down, I'm like, why is she talking to me? I'm way out of her league. I was just really happy though, and I finally felt like I wasn't really thinking about my looks anymore. I was just focused on being happy with her and being the best possible boyfriend. However, we break up and I'm crying in bed for a few days, wondering what went wrong, but I instead decide on changing my life after this. I was stuck for a while in my life, so if I become a millionaire, then I will also have an easier time getting a girlfriend. I get up from my bed, I start to read, I start to study about wealth, human psychology, and I start studying about happiness because I didn't think I could be happy again without a girlfriend. I am walking into this photo shoot with my best friend. I wanted to take a few pictures for my brand, my business, which is actually this sort of. I'm actually cooking. There's no AC in the building. It's like the sun is shining through the window. But I'm just enjoying taking pictures. I'm actually having such a good time. I'm like posing like this, and just having a fun time. The photographer is doing his magic and I'm just being completely natural. I'm not even trying. I'm not trying to look like a giga chat. I have a nice smile, so I try to focus on my smile. I've just taken off my braces, so I want to show that. And I somehow felt like I'm just so good looking in that moment. I really felt like I didn't think I was a 4 out of 10. Then the photographer looks at his camera or the computer and he isn't looking at us, but he says, yo, you and your friend, you two really look like models. I'm showing these pictures to my sister and my mother. And they're just wild and they're excited and they're just going like, wow, Alex, you look just like a Ralph Lauren model. You look so beautiful and handsome. And for the second time, I actually agreed. There are even some pictures that I fall in love with. There's a picture where I go with a flat cap and I'm like something like that. Looking back, I actually never knew what I looked like. Every rejection, every comparison, every face rating became another evidence for a story I'd decided was true. It wasn't my face, it was the story that I kept trying to prove to myself always. So if you think you're ugly, ask yourself, am I ugly because someone told me that I am? Or because I have painfully mistaken a few experiences for who I am. Now someone could genuinely tell me I'm a 4 out of 4 out of 10, even a 1 out of 10. But I won't be affected because I know my worth, and your looks, my looks are something that is almost impossible to change. Now I walk confidently everywhere, I talk to people with a smile, and I see myself as more beautiful. And generally, I focus on the areas that I can improve.